From the fresh new twists to the creeping concerns of gamers, here's why Outlast Trials are going to be terrible. Today, we're diving deep into the highly anticipated release that has horror fans on the edge of their seats. The one and only Outlast Trials. Will it deliver spine-tingling scares or leave us sulking in disappointment? Buckle up, horror enthusiasts, because we're about to uncover why the Outlast Trials might just be a terrifying letdown. Brace yourselves, folks, because Outlast Trials is creeping its way into the gaming scene, courtesy of the twisted geniuses at Red Barrels Games. This next installment promises to take the horror experience to a whole new level. This next step for Red Barrels has been carefully thought out, intending that this survival horror game cements itself within the horror community and will be around for a long time. Set against the backdrop of the bone-chilling Cold War era, Outlast Trials invites you to embark on a nightmare-inducing co-op multiplayer adventure. Outlast Trials introduces a major twist to the series by embracing co-op gameplay. In previous Outlast experiences, we all know you were riding solo through your journey, but this time you can team up with friends to face the terrors together. Picture yourself and your pals braving the dark corridors, working as a team to overcome challenges and dodge monstrous enemies. Gather your squad, because survival just got a whole lot more intense. Who doesn't love a squad challenge? No more facing the horrors alone. Now you and your friends must rely on each other to survive the sinister trials that lie ahead. But don't think you can just chicken out and let your friends save the day. Even in a team, players will regularly find themselves cut off from the group, isolated in an unknown location. So you can run, but you can't hide. The developers promise a true test of survival instincts. Now hold on tight, because we're about to explore the new features and whether they live up to the hype. Outlast Trials promised a nail-biting cooperative gameplay mechanic that would test our nerves and teamwork to the max. But here's the thing, folks. Sometimes expectations don't always match reality. Some players have voiced their concerns about whether these new features truly deliver on their promises. Outlast brings the scares like no other, starting with its killer atmosphere. We're talking haunting visuals, eerie sound design, and even a psychological narrative that you gotta follow along with. It's like stepping into your worst nightmare. Really, only it doesn't end when you open your eyes. But wait, there's more. With unimaginable horrors lurking around every corner, you'll face heart-stopping encounters with relentless enemies. Trust me, this game is not for the faint of heart. Think you can outsmart those enemies? Outlast's got you covered. You'll need to master stealth mechanics, slipping through the shadows and using your wits to outplay the bad guys. It's all about survival in this unforgiving world. But it's not just about running and hiding either. Outlast offers interactive environments that will challenge your mind. You'll get to uncover clues, solve puzzles, and reveal all the dark secrets that lie within. It's like putting your detective skills to the test in the midst of all that horror. No biggie. You gotta prepare yourself for a cinematic feast for the eyes and ears. The game's stunning visuals and haunting soundtrack will draw you right in, immersing you even deeper into the terrifying experience. It's like watching a horror movie, but you get to call the shots. But hold up, the new features don't stop there. Outlast is all about replay value. With multiple paths, secrets to uncover, and alternate endings, each playthrough offers a fresh and unpredictable experience. The Outlast Trials are supposed to give you more tools to level the playing field, like stunning enemies with bricks, injecting serums to reduce psychosis, and a class-based ability system with extensive skill trees. Each player can choose a different class, bringing unique skills to the table. It will grant players more agency and opportunities to outsmart their pursuers. With shortcuts, unlockable doors, and hidden passages, you'll have the chance to evade enemies and create alternate paths for a tactical advantage. But it's really gotta make you wonder, how is it gonna tie into the previous games? Hold on tight, horror fans, because we need to address this important question about the upcoming Outlast game. While we're excited about Outlast Trials, there's a lingering doubt in our minds. Can it truly capture the original charm that made the first game so special? The original Outlast, developed by a smaller independent studio, had a unique charm that shook the horror genre. It was a breath of fresh air, delivering nerve-wracking scares and an atmosphere that kept us on the edge of our seats. But now, with Outlast Trials being developed by a AAA studio, we can't help but wonder if it can capture that same horror. We've seen before when games transition to bigger studios, the charm and uniqueness that made it so special can easily fade away. Will it have that indie charm, or will it feel like something entirely different? Many fans are skeptical, questioning whether Outlast Trials can truly recreate the intense fear and unforgettable moments that made the original game a standout. It's a tough act to follow, no doubt about it. While Outlast Trials may bring its own brand of terror, some argue that the original game's charm was deeply rooted in its indie origins. It was a labor of love that resonated with players worldwide. Fans are voicing their concerns, expressing worries that the AAA development might ruin the unique essence that made Outlast so special. They fear losing the intimacy and rawness that set it apart from other horror games. The original game left gamers trembling with its gritty visuals, claustrophobic environments, and intense sound design. It was a horror masterpiece that showcased the power of indie innovation. But with Outlast Trials, there's a risk that the involvement of a larger studio might shift the focus towards graphical prowess and broader market appeal. With the transition to a AAA studio, there's a genuine fear that the game's focus might shift toward visual splendor and mainstream appeal, potentially robbing us of the spine-chilling ambience that made the original Outlast so memorable. Will it sacrifice the core horror experience that made the original game so unforgettable? We sure hope not, but let's keep our expectations in check. While it may offer new and thrilling experiences, capturing the original charm might be a challenge. We're talking about the heart-pounding fear, the immersive atmosphere, and the psychological torment. It's a hard thing to live up to. The indie roots of the original Outlast gave the developers the freedom to take risks and explore artistic choices that might not have been possible in a mainstream AAA production, because ain't nobody got time for that in the big production world. The smaller production let them create an experience that resonated deeply with horror enthusiasts all over the world. So when a game transitions to a larger studio, mainstream considerations often come into play. Will the artistic vision be compromised to cater to a wider audience? Making sure you got just the right balance between creative freedom and commercial success is a crucial factor that could impact the outcome of Outlast Trials. So what's it gonna be, Red Barrels? Are you gonna give the viewers what they want to see? Or do you just want to make bank? Only time will tell if it can live up to its legacy. Can it capture that same magic? Judging by what we've seen so far, Outlast Trials hold on to the core essence of the series. It knows what made the original game a fan favorite and aims to deliver the same bone-chilling experience. We gotta remember though, we can't be hating too hard. Each entry in a series brings its own flavor. Don't knock it until you try it at least. After the release of the Outlast Trials, both excitement and concern fill the horror gaming community. Outlast Trials is an opportunity for the franchise to evolve and explore new horizons. The path to horror greatness is not ever going to be without challenges. Let's hope the Outlast Trials can rise above them. With 3 programs available to play through, a cluster of tasks and challenges for the players, various ways of completing the trials, and the prospect of seasonal refreshes, there seems to be a whole lot of content planned for this next installment in the Outlast franchise. Keep those flashlights ready and brace yourselves for a roller coaster ride of terror and teamwork. So there you have it. From the creeping concerns of gamers to the fresh new twists, that's why Outlast Trials is going to be terrible.